Hi, welcome to this part of the solo scenario featuring Golden Sky Stories. If you haven't seen the other parts of this solo series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This is going to be Act 2 of the scenario. The Henge obtain wonder and feelings. Like the start of any act in the scenario, you obtain these points, these resources, to carry out your magical abilities, to enhance your natural attributes, etc. While the Henge were interacting with Susune, the sky has gradually darkened. It is now evening. The sounds of crows returning to the mountains can be heard, as well as a faint broadcast in the town square, telling the children to return home. Susune turns around with a very slight smile, and suggests that the Henge should take human form, like her. She is curious about their appearance. For those that are unfamiliar with Golden Sky Stories, it is during the evening, when it's less expensive to change shape. Now, because this is a spoiled, pre-generated scenario, normally you would randomize this event as well, but I think this event is quite appropriate when it comes to the interactions between Susune and the Henge, so I decided to keep it as it is. The Henge assume human form, and Susune starts marching back and forth from Henge to Henge, like a sergeant appraising her troops. She stops in front of Kuromu, and I made a roll using the solo adventuring toolkit. I also went through the pages of the solo adventuring toolkit looking for some sort of table to see if Susune would be able to react to a particular aspect or element of the appearance of the Henge, and I found a table on page 517 where you have different parts of the body, different parts, even accessories. So I made a roll and I obtained the result of neck. So Susune stands in front of Kuromu, and she mentions how she likes the way that Kuromu's neck stands out of her hoodie, to which Kuromu replies that she is very proud of her long neck, which helps her catch mice with ease. Now this is perfect because Susune has the weird trait in her background, in her personality, so it's a pretty weird thing that she mentions this. And then she stands in front of Koro. I made a roll and I obtained gather information, and I made another roll on page 517 and I obtained the result of neck again. So now Susune asks Koro, why is it that her neck looks so different from Kuromu's neck, considering it's also coming out of her sports jacket? They should look somewhat similar. And I made a roll for Koro's reaction. I obtained subject info. I also made a roll under the success table because I consider this interaction to be successful, and I obtained the result of answer willing. So Koro responds that perhaps it's because she is wearing her collar, a precious gift from her master, under her jacket. So that makes her neck look thicker. And this is perfect for the weird nature of Susune. So right now the other Henge are thinking, is this a vampire Henge, or why is she so fixated on her necks? So now Susune stands in front of Sarah. I made a roll and I obtained diplomacy. And I also made a roll on the other page and I obtained the result of belt. She comments that Sarah would look much better with a belt on. Now Sarah, because of her delicate nature, she dislikes this lack of delicacy. I made a roll on the fail table and I obtained the result of ignores you. So she decides to ignore Susune's remark. Because of her pride, I made a roll on page 517 and I obtained the result of fit. So Susune comments that she wishes everyone gets better footwear so that they can look as cute as her. Kuromu decided to give a dream to Susune, thinking it's quite funny that out of all of the things she could have said, she pointed out her neck. She doesn't give a dream to Koro, since she finds no sense in a dog color making your neck look that different or better. Maybe she's biased because she's a cat. She does give a dream to Sarah because she keeps ignoring Susune's weird comments as if she didn't have a care in the world. So Kuromu actually likes this. Remember that Kuromu has a certain rivalry towards Sarah, so she is always aware or mindful of her rival's actions. Koro gives Kuromu a dream since she actually believes that Kuromu's long neck gives her a considerable advantage when catching mice. Koro doesn't give Susune a dream because she doesn't quite get the whole neck thing. She gives a dream to Sarah because she thinks her silence is a sign that she is in deep and contemplative thoughts. Sarah doesn't give a dream to Kuromu since she finds it unrefined of her to catch mice with her long neck, as if she were some sort of half cat, half giraffe type of creature. She gives a dream to Koro because she finds it quite cute that Koro is always thinking of her master. She doesn't give a dream to Susune since her comment about wearing a belt made no sense to her. A bird like her would surely find it very restrictive to be tied down by a belt. It's simply not aerodynamic. Susune gives both Kuromu and Koro a dream because their answers gave perfectly logical explanations, at least according to her own sense of logic, why their necks look like that. But she doesn't give a dream to Sarah since she cannot understand why she would ignore such great advice about wearing a belt. And this concludes this part of this playthrough / solo tutorial. In the next part it's going to get quite interesting because we shall see how the Henge will react to the comment that Susune has just made about getting better footwear so that they look as cute as her. I will also randomize the background story concerning Susune. They give you a default story because this is a pre-generated module. We can randomize that to get some surprises out of this pre-written scenario. Thank you for watching this part of the playthrough and tutorial. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending drive-thru RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.